wondering how I would survive the next few months. So much for not being ready for a relationship. I never confronted him. I didn't call. I didn't write. I didn't ask why. Because some truths are so loud, they don't need words. The pregnancy was hard, not just physically, but emotionally, because every appointment, every ultrasound, every tiny heartbeat on the screen reminded me that I was doing this alone, that the man who helped create these lives had chosen not to be part of them, and that realization carved something deep and permanent into my understanding of love. By the time the twins were born, I had learned how to move through the world with quiet determination, how to smile politely when nurses asked if the father would be coming later, how to say, "It's just me," without letting my voice shake, how to hold two tiny bodies against my chest and promise them that no matter what, they would never feel abandoned, even if I had to break myself in the process to keep that promise. Years passed. Not the kind of years filled with big achievements and celebration, but the kind built from exhaustion, routine, and survival. From early mornings and late nights, from second-hand clothes and cheap groceries, from learning how to fix things myself because there was no one else to ask, and from discovering that loneliness doesn't always scream. Sometimes it just sits quietly beside you while you rock your children to sleep. And then one afternoon, on a street I almost didn't take, in a part of the city I rarely visited, fate decided to remind me that the past doesn't always stay buried just because you've learned how to live without it. I was crossing the street with the twins, each of them holding one of my hands, their small fingers warm and trusting in mine, talking excitedly about the ice cream I had promised them if they behaved at the doctor's office, when I felt that strange sensation you get when someone is watching you, that subtle tightening in your chest that tells you to look up. And I did. He was sitting in a black luxury car, wearing a suit that probably cost more than my monthly rent, with a young woman beside him who leaned close, smiling at him with the kind of effortless confidence that comes from never having had your heart shattered in a small rented apartment.